Okay, we go to the first quarter of this North 1 Group 3 sectional semifinal, and Chad Hauser of West Milford drives to the bucket and is fouled, and the 5th-seeded Highlanders take an early 8-4 lead over the number 1-seeded Spartans. But Kyle Mazlik of Sparta makes a nice baseline move here, but Sparta trails 15-12 after one quarter at a raucous Sparta High School. And Sparta knots the game at 15 here as Sean Rossi finds Ryan Quinn, who buries a big three for the left wing for the Spartans. The Spartans take the lead 19-17 here. Watch this nice drive to the hoop by Sean Rossi as he goes off the glass for two, and Sparta leads by 2. Now watch Rossi with his beautiful finger roll as Rossi goes to the basket for the Spartans, and it's 27-21 midway through the second quarter. Rossi continues his scoring spree here. Watch this great screen from Alex Makowitz free up Rossi, and it's 31-23 Sparta. And the Spartans cap one of their best quarters of the season here as Sean Rossi finds Sean Geary for the three with 2 seconds left, and they take a 36-27 lead at the half. But the Highlanders come out on fire in the second half. Watch Mac Mirando can this tray off the inbounds play. They cut Sparta's lead to 38-32. Kyle Mazlik stops the bleeding for the moment here for the Spartans as he makes a heads-up play with the steal in the bucket and makes it 40-32 Sparta. But the hard-charging Highlanders cut the lead to 3, 40-37, as Nick Solicito hits from way downtown for the Highlanders. And the Highlanders, who were down by 11, finally take the lead here when Chad Hauser gets this follow, and it's 41-40 West Milford. The Highlanders, who put on great defensive pressure all second half, get another turnover here, and Jason Softwin scores to make it 47-40 to force a Sparta timeout with 2:08 left in the third quarter. West Milford's tenacious D does it again here as Chad Hauser scores for the Highlanders, and West Milford goes up by 10, 50-40. Sparta, however, goes on an 8-0 run to cap the quarter. Watch this Nick Lenker follow, and it's Sparta only trails 50-48 heading into the fourth quarter. West Milford has the hot hand in the fourth quarter. Watch Nick Solicito can another three, and it's 55-48 Highlanders. The Highlanders spread the floor and milk the clock here, and they beautifully execute the stall play as Jason Softwin scores to make it 61-51 West Milford. And the Highlanders defense does it again here as Rob Nyland scores after another Sparta turnover, and 65-51 West Milford, forcing a Sparta timeout. Sparta senior Sean Rossi, who finished with 20 points, keeps Sparta alive here with this three-pointer, and it's 65-54 West Milford. But it wasn't meant to be for Sparta as Mac Mirando hits a free throw here, and the Highlanders knock off the Spartans 75-64 to advance to the section final versus Teaneck as Joel Conyer gets the post-game reaction.
We knew they were going to come out in the second half trying to take me away on the press because I was beaten in the first half pretty easily, so that's why we were winning. But they came out a lot tougher than us. I gave the ball up to other guards. They just double-teamed it. We're all over the place, and they started knocking down shots. Number 15 hit like 3 threes in a row, so he brought them back, and they just started stepping up. And we knew it was going to happen, but we were hoping it wasn't as big as it was.
Tremendous first half in this state playoff game for the Sparta Spartans. They took a 36-27 lead at halftime, looking very good. But West Milford came out in that second half, especially the third quarter, went on a 23-2 run in the third quarter, outscored Sparta 48-28 in that second half.
Coach told us halftime coming out of the locker room that first 4 minutes we kind of had to stay strong, and they came out stronger that first 4 minutes, and I kind of think that's what did it.
Their press, they're all quick, their whole team's quick, and we just got caught up in their press about 4 or 5 possessions, and they converted on those 4 or 5 possessions and got like 10 points in a row, and we just couldn't recover from that.
They don't stop, and that's the thing. I think the first half we handled their pressure pretty well. We recognized it, and we kept our composure. I think the first half, too, we finished shots. If we didn't finish our first shot, we did a great job crashing and finished our second shot. I think in the second half, we got a little bit away from that. Second half, they came out with the same pressure in the first half, and we just couldn't finish. I think that third quarter, we had opportunities. We got into the paint. We had our first shots. We had opportunities, second shots, and they just weren't falling for us. And then they made a couple runs. So it was nice to come back from that first run. And that second run, I just think our legs weren't under us anymore. And you could see that at the end. I mean, they just don't stop, and that's the way they played all year. And we knew coming in that was going to be a trap. If we got into playing their game, which I think at times we did, if we didn't finish the job, it was going to be tough for us. But hats off to them. They had a great team. They played a great game, and they're going to have a good final, I think.
Tremendous year this year for the Sparta Spartans, 20-6 overall. The 4 seniors, their careers are now done. Sean Rossi, Kyle Maslak, Nick Lenker, and Brendan Resney, but they should hold their head up high. They had a tremendous season.
It sucks. I mean, I was just sitting there hoping that we can come back somehow, but I know it's over. I mean, just thinking about how I'm going to prepare for next season. I think just hoping I can get better so this moment can't happen again in college.
Can't ask for a better year. I mean, we've been looking forward to this since 5th or 6th grade, and I love it.
Just kind of thinking about just all the guys. Like, we've been playing together since 5th grade, and it was just good we were all out on the court together at the end, the 4 of us, and we're all playing in college, so it's not the end of our basketball careers, but it's the end of our high school ones. But it's just good that we got to stay together for the whole time.
It's hard to say something. I'm sure it's hard for them to listen to something. You just say thank you, and you just tell them, basically what they did. And they left it on the floor tonight, and they left it on the floor every game they've ever played for me, and that's what I'll remember about this group. This group set a bar for this program, I think, that other groups are going to be compared to, from Sparta High School. And I know as a coach for the next 10, 15, 20 years, however long I get to coach here, I'm going to compare a lot of my teams to this team right here. And really, they set a good standard for us. And I'm blessed to coach these kids, and I wish them all the best of luck in the future.